Alright, it's time for some more Would I Lie to You? This is probably my favorite British show that I've discovered on this journey. So come on in, Boomerites. Let's check it out. This one caught my eye in the search field. This is Lee Mack's cake for David Mitchell. Now, I don't know if this is just something goofy that happened, or if they're actually gonna ask a question to see if someone's lying. So why don't we check it out? Remember to like, subscribe, do whatever you want. It's a free world out there. Don't let anybody tell you what to do. Okay, Boomerites and Boomerangs? Be your own person. Here we go. Okay. Lee Mack's cake for David Mitchell. Let's see what this is all about. Here we go.
Possession.
Right, under the desk is a box. So pop it on the desk very carefully, like that.
I've recently got into baking, and here's a cake I made yesterday, especially for David.
Oh. Oh, ain't bad, is it?
Let's have a proper look at that. Wow. That is uncanny.
That's awesome.
All of my thousands of teeth.
Why don't we see how close a depiction it is? We have the technology to do what they call split screen. Look down camera one.
That's good. He's making the face to go with it.
We have the technology to do what they call split screen. Look down camera one.
Look at that. I can see it. Yeah, a little similar. All right. Now, is he lying though? Did he really make that cake? Before the questions are being asked, I'm going to say no. I don't think Lee Mack is into baking. He doesn't strike me as a baking kind of guy. But who knows? Let's see what the questions are.
Okay, so talk us through what's gone into making that cake.
Well, what do you want to know first?
How you made it.
Okay. Right, first of all, I made the cake bit. Let's call it the cake bit, right? You made the sponge. That's the word. I made the sponge.
How do you make a sponge?
How don't you make a sponge?
How do you make a sponge?
Now let's do it. How don't you make a sponge? Okay. What you do is you get your eggs and your flour.
Of course.
And then
how many eggs for a sponge of that size?
I would say for that size, the bottom bit.
Or the other bit, really, they're the same size.
Oh, no, they're not. They're not, David. Your bottom is a lot bigger than your top are. For the bottom, I use about 6 eggs for the bottom.
Nadia, 6 eggs for the bottom, yes or no?
So 12 eggs altogether?
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
I didn't say how I'd made the top sponge.
What temperature did you bake it at?
The room was room temperature at the time. I preheated the oven at 180 degrees because it's fan assisted. So I knocked off 10% for that.
All right.
That sounds right, Nadia?
Almost convincing.
Yeah. You knocked off 10%.
You always do.
Yeah.
This would be a great one. I'm kind of regretting doing this now because this would be a great one to do with Queen Boomer, who was at one time a pastry chef a few years back before I met her. But Queen Boomer knows a lot about baking. So I'm kind of regretting doing this one now. I kind of wish I'd done it with her. But, you know, if she doesn't watch, if she watches, like, she's actually a fan of the channel, believe it or not. She watches some of, like, half of my videos after I do them. So if she ends up not watching this particular reaction video, then maybe I'll do this a second time to get her on to see what she thinks. And see what kind of baking knowledge she really has. You know what I mean? We can mess with her a little bit. But I think she would know right off the bat whether he was lying or not. Or maybe not. Who knows? That's kind of the curiosity with me, to see if she would to test her baking knowledge. But I'm kind of torn here, because I think either he's lying and just winging it, being his goofy self, or he actually did it and he's telling the truth, and he's just throwing out nonsense to throw everyone off their game and make them think he's lying. And if he is doing that, he's doing a good job, because I'm like leaning towards this didn't happen. But let's continue. Let's see what happens.
10% if it's fan assisted. I'm just gonna have a little lick of your moustache, David.
Oh God, I wasn't expecting
I
that.
hate to say it, Lee, but you've slightly spoilt my present.
Wait till you eat it and you pass out and wake up in my cellar.
So, 6 eggs per sponge.
No. 3 eggs per top half and bottom half.
Okay.
All right.
How long do you leave that sponge in?
I would say, what I tend to do is I don't do it the traditional way of timing it. I keep a good eye on it, and I wait till it's sponge light and take it out.
Okay.
It takes about, I'd say it took me about
Half
maybe
an hour,
40
Nadia?
minutes.
I mean, unless you bake, you don't know when you've got a fan-assisted oven.
It's difficult, isn't it?
That you seem to know that bit of. You seem to know that bit of information, which is not everyone knows that.
Well, people are stupid.
Yeah. Well,
Let's go to
People are
the
stupid.
centerpiece, the crowning triumph,
crown.
which is the wonderful visual depiction
Yeah.
of David. How did you approach
Yeah.
bringing him so vividly to life?
Well-
talk us through that.
Well, I started off, I tried to do you,
Here we go.
but that came out very bitter.
Man, I'm loving this. He bakes a cake and now he's just clowning everyone.
Lee, even though you violated David's face, who would like to try a piece?
I'll try some.
All right. Now, what flavour is it, just so we know when we taste it?
It's a sort of, it's an orangey citrus invention.
Okay, here we go. Here's the first slice. This is going to Diane.
Yes?
There you go. And then Bob.
How would you describe the flavour, Diane? I won't be insulted.
It's very dry.
Well, it wasn't dry when I made it last week. David, would you like a slice of your own head?
Yeah, Nadia, you be the judge.
Listen, don't hold back. I can
You
take
can
it.
all have this. It looks like cake and it tastes like cake.
But it acts like a carpet.
It's dry enough for me to believe that you might have made it.
What are you thinking, Michael?
I think that he's been doing a bit of baking. I think he's made it.
I think it's
God, I'm so torn on this. This is like the most torn one I've ever done. Wow. I'm gonna stick with my gut in the beginning. I'm gonna say he's lying. Yeah, I'm gonna stick with that. I think he's lying, but I have no idea. I really have no idea. It's 50-50 for me. I'm just gonna go with he's lying.
bad enough for him to have baked it.
Whoa!
And Michael, you also think he did it.
I think he did.
Yeah, I think maybe.
This is cutting your eye.
You know, often on this show you say I don't see things from your point of view. Well, that's... Is everyone still here?
David, it's time to decide. Was it the truth or was it a lie?
Well, we think it could be true.
You're going to say true?
Yeah.
Okay, Lee.
I'm going to keep these and take them home. And wear them when I make love to my wife.
Oh God!
Was it the truth or was it a lie?
Well, actually, it is in fact a lie.
Okay, it was a lie. Wow. Either way, though, like that was the toughest dilemma I'd faced in trying to figure out who's lying on what I lie to you. I must say, that was a really good. That was one of my favorite ones I've done so far. I love how Lee Mack's just fucking with everybody. He's throwing screwballs everywhere, and like to the point where even I'm like, I have no fucking clue whether he did this or not, and I don't care if he did or not. But yeah, it was just pure entertainment. I'm loving this show. I wish we had a show like this over here. But honestly, we'd find some way to screw it up and make it too commercial or something like that. So, props to you guys for having this over there. How long has this show been going on? When I was scrolling through videos, when I searched for this today, there were some clips that looked like they were really, really old, like from the 90s. So the question that I have is, has Would I Lie to You been going on since the 90s or maybe even earlier? I don't know, but give me a date of when it premiered. So, because, I mean, if it did premiere that long ago, I can see why it's still around, because it's a fantastic show. It's probably my favorite game show that you guys have gotten me onto. So thank you guys for that. Anyway, like, subscribe, do whatever you want. I'm King Boomer, and the Queen's getting home soon, so maybe I'll throw her on some reaction videos, because I know you guys have missed her being on with me. Some of you guys, a lot of you guys, like her more than me. So anyway, I'll see you guys next time, and have a great day and stay safe out there. Peace out, guys.